Hello everybody, this is Mad Marshman and welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. And as you can see, we're back with MOP 2, Massively Overpowered 2, currently in orbit around Kerbal, or Kerbin I think it is, Kerbin. Well, that's MOP 2, and we are in orbit around Kerbin. The sphere of influence is Kerbin. Right, we have three options here really. One is re-enter back to Kerbin. Two is leave him here in the orbit of Kerbin, decide what we're going to do with him later. Or three is attempt to get in orbit of the moon with very little fuel and a very small ship, no way of landing, and maybe no way of getting home. So let's go for that option. So we want to get on about a 45-degree intercept of the moon. So what is the best way to attack this? Maybe at the periapsis, add a maneuver. Where is that? No, that's not going to take us where we want to go. Maybe at the... what way are we orbiting? That's the way I thought we were orbiting. Right, maybe at the apoapsis, add a maneuver. That's looking slightly more sensible. And rotate somewhere around here soon. We should get an intercept, I'd have thought. Now this is where it gets confusing because I'm not really sure. Moon escape, moon or mun encounter. What does it say we've got to do for this? Oh, it's not going to tell us yet. We now have too much information on the screen, more than I wanted. Let's open this up again, see if we can bring... oh, too much. Back a little bit. Right, so this is a mun encounter. Have we got enough fuel to achieve this? Let's have a look, shall we? So we need to speed up time. Whoa, not that much. It's easy to go past your point. I've done that many a time. Right, we need to get around. Whoa. Let's get somewhere near. Slow it right down to warp 1. We need to get aimed at our... yep, here, the yellow circle. Need to go a little bit further. Whoa. And let's have a thrust. See what happens to us. Hopefully we'll get on this course for a moon encounter. We're a little bit late on the burn, but hopefully it shouldn't affect us too much. Oh, I think our engines are just... yep, that's what I thought. So let's light that baby up and see if that can take us the rest of the way. Right. We should now be online for a mun encounter, and we're also taking an orbit of... no, that's still a Kerbin orbit, which we're going to have to get out of when we get somewhere near the mun. So let's focus on that a bit more. This is getting strange now, or scary, whichever way you want to look at it. Right, what have we actually got left in our ship? We have nearly a full tank of fuel. There she is, look. One little tank of fuel, one little rocket, and Jebediah in the capsule. Right, there we go, facing the Milky Way. What else we got to look at while we're out here? Oh, we really should hit F1. We want F2 first, get rid of all the garbage, then we'll have the screenshot. Then we'll get F2 back, then we better get serious. Right, let's fast forward time a little. Whoa. Right, let's start thinking about slowing this down. Somewhere near the periapsis I want to do a add manoeuvre. No, we're not near enough yet to do it. Right, let's go a bit more. Whoa, 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 whoa! Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa! Ah! That's what happens when you warp too hard. Right, now can we get? Are we ever going to get a chance to catch the moon again in this orbit, or have we messed it up completely? Whoop, 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 whoop. What's going on here? Is this going to be a Mun encounter? This is going to be a Mun encounter, apparently. Let's get down to normal speed. I'm having a heart attack here. Add manoeuvre. So if we retrograde and pull it the right way, maybe even. Is that going to take us into? What's that going to take us into? Not helping. Not helping at all. I no understand. No understand. We need to get in an orbit around this. There's our Mun encounter. Right, let's warp it forward slightly. Times 50 times 100. Right, there is a point where we got to slow this down. And that's the scary bit. Let's get back down to times 1 again. Add manoeuvre. We should retrograde and get an orbit around the moon, but it's not showing that. It's not showing that. That's an all-encompassing orbit, which is not what we want. Not what we want at all. Can I add a manoeuvre at the encounter? Will that do it? That is not helping either. In fact, that is the wrong one, so we need to reset that. We want... No, it was the right one. Retrograde. Not prograde. Okay, we're going to play it by ear. Could all go terribly wrong. In fact, that's quite likely to. When is this Mun encounter going to happen? Should be here. Slow things down a little again. Speed things up again. This is my problem with this game. I get impatient, and that's when it all goes wrong. Ah ha 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 ha. Right, now we're looking at something. What, I don't know. What happened to my add manoeuvre then? I want to add a manoeuvre, and now I seem to have lost all control of everything. Right, what's going on? Why you no let me play? Right, I think basically, okay, we're going to wing it. We're going to wing it completely. We're going to go for a retrograde thrust. We're going to face the opposite direction away from Mun, and we're going to fire up our engines, and that should slow us down on the approach, if I understand anything, and we're going to crash into the planet. I think we're going to crash into Mun if we carry on like this. Well, something's happening. We may be able to sort it out from from here. Oh, orbits of all sorts of description are happening. What on earth have we done? I want to look at this in a different manner. Right. We have an apoapsis and we have a periapsis. Why have I lost the ability to add manoeuvres? What if I set this as a target then? This is not going quite as I planned. Clearly. Right, I'm winging it again. Let's go for a... How much gas have we got? We've still got some gas. Program... There it is. Ships are so manoeuvrable when they're small. Is this going to get us into some kind of Mun orbit? Come on, open up for me. Open up. Give me an orbit. You're going to give me an orbit. You're going to give me an orbit. Stop. Whoo! Right, so if I don't know why I've lost the ability to add manoeuvres. I really don't. Right, let me just go to the Space Centre. We have to remember... We have to remember this software is in alpha stage and we may have lost focus, or that may be the game, the way the game is intended to play, I don't know. Right, we are orbiting the moon. To that there is no doubt. So now, yeah, now I can add manoeuvres. I think we were being robbed earlier. So if we retrograde, we should be able to... Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I'm doing it all wrong anyway. If we want to adjust the apoapsis, we need to do it at the periapsis. So we need to add a manoeuvre here, and that should pull that in, correct. Don't know why I'm doing this, that's a complete waste of fuel. 355, 289, that's nearly a sensible orbit. And why is it not telling us the burn time? It's a delta V manoeuvre, the infamous delta V manoeuvre. We know exactly what they're talking about. We're going to do this manoeuvre here. And we have got over half a tank of juice. What's going on? RCS is on, SAS is on. Yippee, yippee doo! And that is a retrograde burn, which is the yellow circle with the cross through it. That's this baby. So we need to time warp to get us... Which way are we going? That way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is so great. That's what happened last time. It's okay, we're in orbit, so it's not costing us anything to go round again. In fact, we are orbiting the moon, and that is something to shout about if you're in a space race. Right, this is getting a sensible approach speed. I need to slow down because I wasn't paying attention to the gravity ball. And we're nowhere near on our retrograde mark, which is where we went wrong in a previous episode. just slightly. Shaft is shaft. This is not shaft. This is not short and fat. This is a different craft. This craft, I was going to say, is quite nimble, and we can actually zoom in quite a lot. Mind you, we want to see the orbit as it progresses. So we'll warp forward a little bit more. Right, get down to normal speed and throttle up. Oh, little touch more throttle. Throttle down. Cancel that manoeuvre. 232, 337, not the best of orbits, but we are currently orbiting Mun. There it is, and there is Earth. We can get them both in the same shot just. There we have it. Right, so Jebediah Kerman has orbited the Moon more than once. Now, have we got any way? I don't want to land him on the Moon. I said I know the Kerbals are expendable, but I don't want to treat them as such, otherwise I think the game would become too slap happy where we just throw everything at it. A sandbox as it is, so we can throw as much rocket power at it as we like. So what have we actually got to do to get home? Because in case you haven't noticed already, I'm obviously a total noob at this. So I'm guessing to set, I don't know if we got to set that as a target. I don't know what we're doing. So if we what is going on here? Mun escape. What is going on? All sorts of big lines. Well, that's the Mun escape. Does that mean we're gonna immediately jump into Kerbin orbit? Burn time 1 minute and 17 seconds. We don't want all that. Surely we should be able to get out of here quicker than that. Come back. Right, let's get on you. Add manoeuvre. Well, we're going to prograde, I'd have thought, to get out of here. "4 seconds for a Mun escape. That sounds more like it. And what direction are we going to be heading in? Who knows? That seems a strange place to do it. If we're on a Mun escape, we must be getting back to a Kerbin orbit, I'd have thought. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. And that will be a pro grade burn. We'll try and get somewhere near on the gravity ball before we warp speed. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, then we'll have another orb. Whoa, look at this. We are doing some serious time warping here. Right. We're a bit off target, but we're going to have a burn anyway, because that's the way we roll. Yeah, we're gonna do something. We're doing something. Whoa, right, we'll stop the burn there. Kerbin periapsis, 10 million metres and 17 million metres. Oh my word. What is this? Kerbin apoapsis, is that the orbit we're actually on? I think it might be. Let's close that. That's going to help us no end. Right, what line are we on? This is a bit dangerous now, speeding up. We should be on the yellow one, I'm hoping, not the blue one. We're escaping the moon. We should... Yeah, we escaped the moon's orbit. We're now on a Kerbal orbit. That's lovely. That's just what I was hoping for. He says, as he tries to say, make out he knows what he's talking about. Whoop, so if we... 83,000. That has got to be a re-entry. We have an apoapsis, but we don't even have a periapsis, so I guess that means a 13-second burn there. And we are going to have contact with Kerbin. So where am I on this orbit currently? You can see I'm a complete pro at this. Do not watch me if you want to learn how to play this game. No, watch me. Please watch me. It's fun. And I can't remember what sort of burn I had here. Was it a pro? Retrograde. It was a retrograde. Yes, 12-second retrograde burn. Whoops. Let's get rid of that because there's too much clutter on the screen. Oh, it's gone away completely. I didn't mean to close you. Add maneuver. Whoop. Let's get away with the shortest burn we can. What are you? 17,000. Well, that's back in the atmosphere. Right there. And that is retrograde, which is facing the way you come from. In other words, slowing down. You don't get to see much of the rocket driving from this position, unfortunately, but if I drive this from any other position, we're just going to be floating in space forever. And we don't want to do that to Jebediah. Alright, just looking for cool screenshot opportunities, none of which are presenting themselves. So let's warp a bit. That's always risky. You can't operate the gravity ball very well when you're warping either, so be aware of that. So we need to slow right down to regular speed just so I can get back on the gravity ball, get some kind of sensible action. Ah, that's better. That's what I wanted to do, centre on something that I'm using. We are approaching the apoapsis at warp speed, Mr. Sulu. Very slowly, we must have zoomed in quite a lot. Gravity ball still in a lovely position. Let's back out of the zoom a bit and let's have a burn. Get ready to kill the engines before we completely miss Kerbin. What have we got? Look at that. we're literally 100 meters off the predicted, so I'm going to live with that. Right, so let's warp her up, see if we can get Jebediah home. Whoop there. Kerbin, zoom in, let's get off the map. We are going to be re-entering soon. This is pointing straight down. We don't really need to point straight down, we could point straight up. I never had a go at backing off the throttle. Oh, could go for an ocean-bound landing. Lovely. There's the moon in the distance, look. We were there, we've been there, we've orbited it. Get rid of the HUD. Can I get the moon in here as well? Yeah, not that you'd see it in a YouTube thumbnail. There's a spiral galaxy over there, look. Have a little screenshot. I'm getting a folder full of them. I don't know if time warp is prudent here, because getting a sunset, we could quite easily kill Jebediah in the process. Mind you, we're still 265 kilometers up. Let's warp him down a little. Whoop up. Yeah. Oh, it's all gone dark. We're going for a nighttime landing, are we? Point straight up. I'm not going to go for any thrust, and I should do really, because that'd be good practice for landing, but I don't want to kill him. I just want to re-enter nicely, really. It's too dark to look at anything pretty. There's the sunset, about to go down. Let's see if that twinkles out. The game can be quite pretty at times, I have to say. We'll take a shot now while I have a sip of beer. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Foster's Lager. And very nice it is too. Where's my HUD? There it is, we're alright. We'll be coming into the thicker parts of the atmosphere soon. There we go, that's gone now. Alright. Very responsive craft. Oh, re-entry. Very dark. Pity we didn't come in for a daytime landing, really. Never mind, we'll lighten the sky up. Hopefully not bouncing off the atmosphere and going for another lap. Mind you, we have got enough fuel for another entry, which actually would probably be a good idea to get rid of that. I don't know if that's going to explode in the heat or not. Look at that, we've soon got ourselves back up the right way again. Yeah, them fuel tanks will explode under G-force and hitting the ground and being shook to bits, so I didn't want to really risk them on re-entry. This capsule's a bit twitchy. I'm just playing with the controls, all good practice for when we do our attempted moon landing, which will be very soon, hopefully. We now know we can get there, and we can get in orbit and still have enough fuel to do something with. I don't know what, but something. Oh, have we got time for another gorgeous screenshot? Not very exciting screenshot, but here's one with the crew hatch. Oh, screenshot, bang. Right, let's pay attention now before we slap Jebediah into the ground. Shoot. Yeah, shoot semi-open, not really doing anything. It won't be at this altitude, but we might as well deploy it when we can, because that means I can have another sip of beer and not have to remember to open the chute. Ah, lovely. Last can though, unfortunately, and only can, I have to hasten to add. I'm not some kind of alcoholic gamer here. Just having a refreshing drink after my tea, my evening meal. English, of course, tea eater. Posh English people call it dinner, but us common muns, we call it tea. Lovely. We can get rid of the gravy ball now, I think, as we have no need for that at all. So I hope you're enjoying this series so far. We haven't really pushed the boundaries too much, but if you're just learning to play, you've seen how to get a orbit of Kerbin, or how to get off the ground to start with, how to get an orbit of Kerbin, how to get an escape of the Kerbin orbit and make a moon orbit or mun orbit, and how to return from mun. So obviously all this is leading up to a mun landing. This is what we're all about. We want to get at least one of our Kerbals to mun, stick a flag in the ground and get him home safely. So I've got a lot of thinking to do about how to build a ship, and hopefully we'll be doing that very soon. So we have touched down safely. Let's get our man out. Here he is. Yippee! Yippee! He's super happy to be on the ground. That's got to be worth a screenshot. Well, thanks for watching everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye bye.